So with just a few weeks left in 2025, with all the hustle, with all the rushing around for the holiday season, just make sure you take some time to reflect. Reflect on life, reflect on what you've learned about yourself and the world around you in 2025, and start planning for how you want 2026 to be for you. And I believe that we get to write our story. We get to write how we move through this world. Now, things come up and things happen that may get in the way or may pause us. But at the end of the day, we get to turn the wheel of fate or the wheel of fortune or destiny, which is what 2026 is all about. So hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. My name is Debbie, and we're going to give a little highlight here about closing out 2025 as we enter into 2026. So 2025 was in numerology a 9-year. So 2 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. That was the year of the Hermit. And I have a couple of different cards here, different decks. The traditional Rider-Waite, and the Hermit here, and the Hermit here. And all of these have a reflective light. A little darkness in the background. Finding your way through the dark, through the light that illuminates within inside of you, or that emanates inside of you. And 2026 is a 10 universal year. 2 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10, or 10 in numerology. And that is the wheel of fortune, the wheel of destiny. So let's get into it, shall we? So 2025 for a lot of us has been filled with challenges, and it would be. 9 indicates the ending of cycles, the completion of things. And as people, we don't always like to finish things up. We like to keep things open-ended. We don't like to let go or release of anything because this is just how we are built. But here's the thing. Life is a constant cycle of moving forward. And when we resist that forward motion, when we continue to hold back, then the wheel of destiny or a wheel of fate cannot turn if we are still holding back. And I get it, right? 2025 was a hard year, and I apologize. I've been sick. So this is the final conclusion of my sickness, and I have a cold. You can hear it in my throat. So my apologies for that. So in order to move forward, again, we have to release the anchors or shed the old skin that we no longer fit into. 2025 in the astrology and the Chinese astrology was the year of the wood snake. Snakes are all about, we know that they shed their skin because they're growing, right? They no longer fit into that in order to make room for the new. 2026 in Chinese astrology will be the year of the fire horse. So we go from wood, an earthy element, to fire, a deeply passionate element. And the Tarot 2025 was the year of the Hermit, internal reflection. What can we shed? What chapters can we close out? So we can move forward into our 10-year, the Wheel of Fortune or the Wheel of Destiny. And we see the Wheel of Fortune in all three of these is depicted by a compass. And this one, she's literally standing on top of her own world, right on top of the compass, choosing which way the compass moves for her. In the traditional Rider-Waite, two things. First, we see the snake here, symbolizing the outgoing of 2025, the skin that we have shed in order so we can let the wheel of fate move in our favor. And if you see, the Sphinx has a sword in his hand, or not necessarily hand, but has a sword. Moving forward from a place of knowledge and wisdom, moving forward in life, taking with us the lessons that we've learned about ourselves, about others, and about life in general. So let's get into some of our astrology, shall we? And I have my notes because we know I always have notes because I don't want to miss anything. So Uranus will be entering Gemini in 2026. So this is about big shifts in innovation, right? On Jupiter is entering Leo, so that sparks a lot of action. And Venus will be going retrograde in the Scorpio Libra elements, focusing on relationships. So let me come down a little further. So Uranus enters Gemini in April. This is a push for freedom, for technological breakthroughs and breaking old routines. So those of you who like to be in your own regular routines, they're going to be shaken up a little bit. That's because they need to be shaken up, right? We need to kind of loosen some things up so we can move forward. Jupiter goes into Leo. Now, Jupiter has been in Cancer since June, I believe. So Jupiter will go into Leo in June. So this is, this brings up confidence and leadership and creative expressions, right? And Venus would be going retrograde in Scorpio/Libra. That's October 3rd through October 25th. So this takes us into a deep dive into relationships, right? Into our hidden desires, jealousy, and finding security. And what makes us feel secure, and where do we feel insecure in our relationships? So during that time, aspects from old relationships may make their way to the surface. Places where we felt insecure, places where we did not feel like we were heard or seen or valued in the relationship. So again, all of these things, these are the big things of life, and they're all coming to the surface in 2026. But here's the thing. 2026 again is a 10-year, which is, the Wheel of Fortune. If you reduce that down, it comes into a 1 year, which is the Magician. And the Magician is just here to remind you that you have everything within you to face and to handle whatever it is that the year brings. Anything that makes its way to the surface. And for most of us, it's going to be like the same old thing, like, why is this coming up again? Because we haven't fully dealt with it. And it's breaking its way to the surface so we can actually take a look at it and find out, what is it trying to show me? What in here needs healing, needs my focus, needs my attention, and what is ready to be released? So things will continue to come up. Magician reminds us, though, they are the alchemist, along with the Temperance card, right? They are the alchemists in the Tarot. They're the ones that can create what they want. You can create the life you want. You can turn the wheel of destiny in whatever direction you want by tuning in to the power, the energy, and the source that is already within you. But you have to slow down, and you have to acknowledge that, or it's easier if you slow down, and it's easier if you acknowledge that life is always changing. It's always a forward motion. We don't go back in time. Time is the one thing we cannot get back. They say that you can never touch the same water twice. The ocean waves come in and they crash out. When they come back in again and you touch that water, it is the same. It's a different water than that came in beforehand. And we're not here to take the same lesson over and over and over again. This is where tension, stress, anxiety, frustration come into play. We're here to learn. So if you would like help in learning any of these things, feel free to reach out, schedule a personal reading or a little tarot party if you're interested in that. But this is the forecast for 2026. It is about moving forward. It is about renewal. It is about the light within you that you have found during this year of 2025 and letting that illuminate your path forward. And in doing so, finding the strength and courage to stand on top of your own world and turn the wheel of fate and destiny in your favor. So that is it for 2026. I will be back on with your readings for all the signs for the entire year of 2026. But until next time, have a safe and happy, healthy holiday, and I will see you soon.